Was that too much? Too much for the morning? Anyways, today is the last day of the party, okay? So that is why I'm like, bah! Okay? So be a good pal and get your order in by midnight. That's all. Okay. So being that it's the last day of the party and some of you who have ordered already are probably already getting your 3D Fiber Lashes Plus, I wanted to pop on in and give you some of my favorite mascara hacks, I guess you could say. Because in the first video with the demo, I just showed you basic application, which is great. I would say start there, okay? But if you put it on and then you're like, the lady in the video, she had longer lashes or she had thicker lashes or I want this lash effect, okay? I'm gonna show you those kinds of tricks right now, okay? Because you have to think of this, let me get it out. You have to think of this not as just mascara. Oh, no, 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 no. You need to think of these babies as tools, okay? So applying a different technique will yield a different outcome. You tracking with me? Okay, so I'm getting ready for an event. I'll post pictures later, but for now, I just wanted to show you. Okay, sorry, don't look at my nose. Here are my lashes, okay? They're not super awesome, right? I mean, you can see them a little bit right there, but they're definitely not like, as good as they could be. All right. And I do have the video on an angle here. That's why you're like looking up at me, because I want you to see from base to tip how long they really are, okay? And they're not that long. No, they're not. Oh, well, you should see my husband and my daughter. Their lashes are insane. They're like, whoa. Okay, enough about that. So before I start, I'm going to give you a couple other little hinty hints, okay? So the dry fibers here, they're dry, like you can pick them off, okay? They're dry fibers, all right? So this is what the learning curve is all about, because most people have never dealt with something like this. Now, if the tube gets shaken a bunch or rolled around a bunch in shipping, it might come out, well, I mean, these look really great, but I don't know. It might come out like super fuzzy. I fuzzed them up a little bit for you. If that happens and you're putting them on and you're just like, too many fuzzies, just do this. Ain't no big deal. No big deal. Just roll them on your wrist and it compacts the fibers. There you go. Okay, so if you pull it out and you're like, holy moly, Lord have mercy, too many fibers, just roll it on your wrist. No big deal, okay? That shouldn't happen for the majority of you, but in shipping, sometimes it happens. Okay, so I'm gonna get started here. And remember, it is gel fibers gel, and you can repeat as necessary to get the lash effect you want, okay? So I'm just gonna show you what I like to do, me personally, and I'm going to tell you why, and then you can adapt the hints I'm giving you to create your lash effect. You know, if you want more thickness or you want more length or whatnot, adapt it to what you want, okay? So, gel first. Gel goes on very similar to just regular mascara. Now my hint with the gel here and the design of this new brush is sometimes when you put mascara on, you do this like zigzag wiggle going up to create volume and separate your lashes. You don't really need to do that with this one. And actually sometimes if you do, because of the design of the brush, it might actually do the opposite, okay? So just base to tip, just go out, okay? And you can use the point of the wand to separate the lashes if you want, okay? Now, I just go like that on this coat typically, okay? If you want more volume right out of the gate, you can go on the front like I'm doing and then also on the back, okay? All right. So, do you like my lipstick? It just caught my attention real quick. It's upscale. in case you're wondering. Just upscale. I didn't even do any liner or anything. Okay, so we got that on. Then we take the fibers and we pull them through just ever so softly, slowly. Okay. And my hint here is a lot of people just want to get the most on in one coat, okay? So they think it'll save them time. It won't save you time, okay? And you actually might get more of the clumpy issues if you do that, okay? So it is better to do more coats with less product than to do one coat with tons of product, because you're not giving it time to really adhere to the lashes and you're just kind of messing it up, and so you're like clump, 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 clump. Okay, so already here, that's just gel fibers. So normally in the process, I would swap over and go to this eye and do just gel fibers, and then I'd come back here to seal it in. However, today I have an event and we go to these events. That's crazy why sisters go to these events with just one eye done and then maybe just a regular mascara on this side, so you can see the comparison, like, obviously. So today I get to look like a crazy person with just one eye done. So anyways, like I said, normally I would do gel fibers, just like I did here, and then go over here and do gel fibers, okay? All right, so by the time that gel fibers is done, I come back here to seal it in, because by that time I feel like it's had enough time for the gel and the fibers to become one lash, okay? So now I come back here, and I like to hold them both in one hand because I can kind of work quicker. You know what I mean? I don't have to keep like grabbing things and closing things. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm just sealing in the fibers, okay? All right. Now, that is good. For me, that's good for most days. I like that look. However, today is not most days, so I'm gonna do what I call a tip coat, where I just take the gels, just the gel. I'll get that off. And you go this way. Okay, so forward and back, just like I said, if you want volume, you can go forward and back around your whole lash. I like to do it just on the tips, okay? And then I take the fibers and I go back and forth, just on the tips. Okay? See, I'm not going all the way down, just back and forth on the tips, because I don't necessarily want more volume. I feel like my volume is really good at the moment. I just wanted a little bit more like high impact lashes, like whew, okay, up a little taller, but the thickness was fine for me. So I did gel fibers there. I'm gonna go get a Q-tip to get this thing off, which is actually perfect because who doesn't do this from time to time? And now you can see how it comes off. Be right back. Okay. Yes, I just do this. You could use a fancy makeup remover, but I'm just doing this, and I'll probably have to touch up my makeup here. Okay, but for the video. All right, but do you see these lashes? Like, wowzers, right? Compared to what we started with? Wow, right? Okay, so now it's been enough time. So I'm just gonna seal them in. Again, I'm just going at the tips, okay? Because I don't need to go all the way down to the base. All right, the base to me is good enough at the moment, okay? Now, if you wanted more thickness, you do base to tip as many times as you want until you get the thickness you want. If right out of the gate you are like, okay, my thickness is good, then you might just want to focus the fibers on your tips, okay, like I did in that second coat, the tip coat. If you are maybe, okay, because I like my lashes like this. Some people like them kind of fanning out like their lashes naturally fan out, and so you want to play that up, kind of that doe-eyed, really pretty, soft, kind of sexy look. If you want to do that, then by all means just be adding those fibers on the sides there to get that like swoop, okay? It's a tool. Remember that. Say it with me, people. It's a tool, okay? It's not just mascara, it's a tool. All right, so I am going to be done now. All right, so that was just one coat all over and then one tip coat. And then of course, I like to blow dry my lashes to curl. So remember, don't have them on hot, medium or cool, and then blast. All right, so those are my lashes today. I'm loving them. I'll probably do my bottom lashes too. Oh, bottom lashes. Here's another tip. I know this video is long because I'm trying to jam pack all my favorite tips in there. But if you want your lashes to just look super long and give the illusion of being even longer than they are, don't do anything on your bottom lashes, or just do a very light coat, okay? Because the more that you're going this way, it's gonna open your eye for sure, but it's gonna draw attention both ways versus just like, whew, look at those, okay? So depending on what look you want, you may want to go minimal on the bottom lashes. A lot of people will only do gel on the bottom. I like to do both, but it kind of just depends what mood I'm in, you know what I mean? But today I'll probably, because my makeup's like really heavy today anyways, I'll probably go minimal on the bottom here, because I just don't want to have so much darkness. So I'll just do the uppers and then some gel on the bottom. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover with you. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you need help ordering. And stay tuned. I'll be making a few more posts before the close of the party, and probably share a couple pics with you from my event today. And happy Saturday! Woo!